to have you on my show, frankly speaking. I've waited for this opportunity for a very long time.
Yeah, I also feel very good to be with you, so that participate in the mission what you are having, frankly speaking. And definitely it will be useful. I also want to see the type of viewers. My greetings to all of them.
Well, that's very nice of you. You've always spoken frankly, and you've given your mind out. But let me begin by asking you, Dr. Kalam, what is Dr. Kalam doing after?
It's a fantastic.
After coming out of Rashtrapati?
It's a fantastic question. Because the reason is, 3 months gone now after I come out of the office, and very busy life. I want to live frankly, it's a very busy life. I am continuing my work on the mission of Developed India before 2020. That was the mission before, even now, that's the mission. You'll be surprised, my theatre of action, many. The India 2020, how I am doing. Mostly the academy. I am in the academy and research now, teaching and research. First one, in India 2020, Developed India, agriculture is very important area. So now for agriculture, agro-processing and biodiesel, I am working in the GP Pant Agriculture University. That's my theatre of action. Then for rural development and providing urban versus rural area, I am working Gandhigram Rural University near Dindigul. Now third area, tele-education, telemedicine and e-governance. Here, IIIT, Hyderabad, I am working with them, teaching, giving lectures, interacting, and some other missions generating. Then for technology for societal transformation, every university has got technology. For technology for societal transformation, I am working with Anna University, Chennai. Then for creative leadership, you need for all of things, you need creative leadership. IIM Hyderabad, that's Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. I have been asked to be a faculty there. So the focus will be the creative leadership. Then for nanoscience, nanotechnology, which is going to become a big revolution, is going to make, I'll be working, and energy, nanoscience, nanotechnology, energy, with Banaras Hindu University I'll be working. I got an invitation, so I'm going to give 5 lectures there and interact with them. Then the next area is I will be working with for saving million lives. There is an organization, Emergency Management Institute, Research Institute, Emergency Research Institute, Hyderabad. Here the mission is saving million lives. I am their distinguished professor there. I will be working there in the mission of saving million lives from the accidents. The next area, apart from working in all these areas, I have visited so far 8 states in our country, and two foreign countries I have visited within 3 months' time. I think I would have met at least 2 lakhs people, 2 plus 1, 3 lakh people I have met in the 8 states. Mostly.
That is after you left
Rashtrapati. After I left, 300,000 people.
You seem to be more busy after leaving Rashtrapati
than
when you were in. Why you? Because many people after presidentship, they choose to have a retired life.
Yeah.
They feel that the presidentship is the ultimate point of both personal and public achievement. Why are you pushing yourself so hard? What drives you?
No, the
Dr.
vision.
Kalam?
You see, if you have got a vision, nice question you asked, the vision ignites the mind. The vision in front of me, the India should become a developed nation, economically developed, prosperous, happy, safe nation. Okay? That not only me, the whole youth of the nation is 54% of our population. They want to live in a happy, prosperous, safe India.
Dr. Kalam, there are 2 American presidents who I can think of. One not so former, the second Jimmy Carter, and more recently Bill Clinton, who's written a fantastic book, Giving. I forget the name of Jimmy Carter's book, but both of them have also worked in different areas. But the nature of work has been slightly different. They almost form philanthropic trusts, organizations, raise money, build institutions. So around them, there is a lot of capital generation also that is going on. You're a person who works more in the realm of ideas. Do you think you will ever look into creating more of an organization around yourself, rather than just work with organizations as you move in the
I
future?
told you already, no, that the organization, theatre of action, I said, these are the theatre of my action. The university, some other university organizations. So I am working with them. So my aim is, I am very clear that developed India, economically developed India, is the mission of India. Vision of India. It's not Kalam's vision of India. That means the people, my mission is how to energize, how to ignite the minds of the people, and it has happened, it will happen.
What is the thing that holds India back, Dr. Kalam, in your view? You talk about the things that we need to do towards Vision 2020. What is the one singular thing which, in your view, is pulling back this country the most?
Well, I have seen this nation has got all the resources and mineral, water, we have to do the management. And above all, we have got 540 million youth we have. Nowhere, no nation has got in this planet such a high population of the youth. So what it means is, you asked a very good question, what is needed to push the nation up? According to me, the confidence. The confidence that we can do it. I can do it individual. Then society feels I can do it. Then nation feels I can do it. So the confidence that if it arrived, it is how it will come. It will come up family, it will come the school, and it will come the teaching. These are the area will generate people with a confidence.
In most of your writings and readings, which I have seen, your biggest passion, Dr. Kalam, has been to make India a knowledge superpower.
Yes.
I'd just like to share some statistics with you, which actually are very worrying. It has been said that 75% of India's engineering graduates are not immediately employable, that 85% of non-engineering graduates are not immediately employable, that they have to go through retraining. And it is now being said that as the Indian economy moves ahead, one of the things which we really lack, which may be our biggest crisis, is trained human capital. Isn't it ironical, Dr. Kalam? Because that was something that I'd like you to expound us. Isn't that something that holds India back? That while we want to be a knowledge superpower, we aren't developing our educational infrastructure enough in the right direction.
We have certain type of institutions. If you take IITs, IIM, and units of science, they give one type of ready-made people for going through different software, hardware development. We have 300 universities. There are very good universities also. But when the 3 million graduates come out of 300 universities, they should be trained that as employment generators,
yes,
rather than employment seekers. That's why.
How do we do that?
That's why I am asking the university to change the syllabus, to carve out 6 months syllabus, so that it will be the confidence they can do it. They can take an enterprise. They can go to a venture capital bank, take the loan, and start a business, start a enterprise, small enterprise. We need millions and millions of such enterprise. 3 people, 4 people joined. This is the big economy in the developed world. So I have suggested the university education system and also government, time has come, a venture capital should come in a big way. All the banks should be having very friendly venture capital business they must do. And also when the graduates come out from various colleges. They will have confidence to, instead of the seekers of employment, they should become employment generators. So for that, syllabus has been regenerated, and also the type of training is given. They can learn anything, BSc, BA, BCom, they can learn. But when they are doing BA and when they are learning, 6 months we called out, so that a degree, a diploma will say he has got the following expertise, a uniquely expertise. That will give the confidence. He can go to outside can take a venture capital, take small enterprises he can start. It's very
Dr.
important.
Kalam, it seems such a simple idea, but it's such a potent idea. Now, you can make such a change if you can make that happen. There is no better brand ambassador for India becoming a knowledge superpower than you, Dr. Kalam. You're widely accepted, hugely regarded and respected. Don't you feel restless almost sometimes that this is not happening? Because a person of your eminence shouldn't just ask for the change. You should push the change. Dr.
See,
Kalam, what can you do to make it happen in our lifetime?
When you say that I am in the university system now, I told you there are 8 places I'm working now. So definitely I will playing a very important role in the generation, in the proper syllabus, so that the people, when the graduates come out, they can be the employment generators. Now let us go to India 2020, developed India. Now the developed India, what does it mean? Developing, including the point what you have asked me, when you say economically developed India, it has got 10 components. I imagine 10 components. The first one, a nation where the rural and the urban divide has reduced to a thin line. You agree? That's very important.
But
there should not be, because there are nearly 600,000 villages we have.
But it's not happening.
No, it has to happen. It has to happen. That's the idea of telemedicine. I'm coming to telemedicine, teleeducation. That will give the connectivity. The next area is adequate access to energy and the quality water. Energy, quality water. This is the second area. This is very important. Third area, a nation where agriculture, industry and services sector work together in symphony. Now 3 directions. They have to work together symphony. Each one assists there. For example, education and with value system is very important. Whatever we do, a nation where education, the value system is not denied to any meritorious candidate because of societal or economic discrimination. This is very important. Then a nation which is the best destination for the most talented scholars, scientists and investors. This all has to happen in a developed India. The next one, a nation where the governance is transparent. And responsive and corruption free. Now we may ask some question on that. A nation where poverty has been totally eradicated, illiteracy removed, and crimes against women and children are absent, and none in the society is alienated. Then I imagine a nation that is prosperous, healthy, secure, devoid of terrorism, peaceful, happy, and continuous with sustainable growth paths.
Dr. Kalam, you are perhaps there was Zakir Hussain, there was Radhakrishnan, and then there was Dr. Kalam, who weren't professional politicians holding the highest office in this country. Do you feel, A, that your not being a professional politician helped your becoming a people's president? Because I'd like you to look back now and say that suppose you were a retired politician who became president, as opposed to a career technocrat who was chosen to become president. Does it make a difference in the way you think, in the way you approach things?
See, I believe the following. Every president in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, I have studied all of them. From few of them politicians, few of them professional lawyers, few of them judges, and few of them for example, I am from the science and technology part of it. And varied spectrum they have come. Each one, when I study them, they have brought some core competence, left it there.
Yes.
Left it. So it's the integrated effect of the core competence, Rashtrapati Bhavan, integrated effect of core competence. Now, if you say that uniquely you are what you call people's president, best president, all this if you say attribute it, I don't have a comment on that because it's a people's choice, okay? Only I can say I have worked in these following areas, I can say that.
But did you deliberately, I mean, this epithet has not been made by you, Dr. Kalam, but it has come to you of being a people's president. Can you tell me in your own self-assessment, you're a man of such scientific temper, what is it that people saw in you that they called you a people's president?
See,
What was it about your term as president that they call you the only people's president?
I tell you, as for the people's view on me, very difficult for me to say how they view it like that.
Yes.
Only I can perform. Only in various way I can perform. You can ask me what I performed, that's all, I can answer that question. Then you can relate that question to what people say. Yes.
I want to understand your mind. I want to understand the mind of Dr. Kalam. Dr. Kalam, let me take you to some moments and I'd like to know from you what was going on in your mind and how you looked upon that moment when it was being lived on through you. First, I'd like to take you back to, I think, 10th or 11th May 1998, Pokhran 2. You were seen as, I know you may have been asked this question several times, but let me ask you again. When that happened, I remember a newspaper headline the next day said, explosion of self-esteem. You may remember that as well. How do you look upon that event, your own role, and what impact it has had on the India of today, since we are 9 years down the road?
See, India, I believe two things happened. In economic reform in 90s, 91, one is economic reform. Second one, the India becoming a nuclear weapon state, 1998 May. These two you have to look at together. These two put the nation ahead. These two actions put the nation ahead. Followed?
No.
The one is economic.
Yes.
The another is the strength, national strength. This both combination brought the nation to the progressive path.
Are you saying that without the nuclear test, India would not have moved in the right direction?
No, it is after all around you. Nuclear weapon state are there. You cannot do dabas. Okay, do you understand? So naturally the strength respects strength.
So you're basically...
So the economic progress, economic liberalization, economic reforms proposed 1990s, and India becoming nuclear weapon state, this combination made this nation to grow faster. That's all I can say.
What was going through your mind on that day of Pokhran?
On that day I was...
Where were you, and can you tell us a little bit about that day?
Well, it's a past story.
Past
story. So if you ask me, see, the various elements in 40 years of life has taken place. Okay. In nuclear weapon, India became nuclear weapon state also. An event, it's an event. You want me to say events, what happened?
Yes.
Number one, my team launched SLV-3 satellite launch vehicle.
That was in
1980. Put the Rohini satellite in the orbit. It was a happiness. First time you see our own satellite launch vehicle in the country my team built. So I was very happy. Then Agni missile reached the target 1989. That also gave me a lot of happiness. Then third thing happened, I was a chairman for Technology Information Forecasting Council, TIFAC. There we evolved India 2020, developed India, how to become a developed India. When that vision document put to Prime Minister and announced for the nation, that also great happiness. Then India became a nuclear weapon state. That gives also happiness. But you can ask me, Which is the fantastic happiness you got out of all this
Yes.
happiness? That's the question you are driving me.
Yes.
Fantastic happiness. You know, one day I was in my laboratory in Hyderabad. Then one doctor came. His name is Professor Prasad. He comes to my laboratory, sees a material used for as a heat shield for Agni. He touches the material, lifts the material. He says, so light, material so light and so strong. He took me to his hospital, orthopedic hospital. He showed me nearly 30, 40 people, young people below 15 years. They were having the calipers. He called FRO, calipers, wooden calipers, weighing 4 kilograms. He told me, such a fantastic material this you are having. Why not you help these suffering children? Then we moved it, we make a mold within a week's time. We made a calipers, 400 grams, 4 kilogram, 400 grams. The children wore that. When they wore that, within 10 days' time, children started running, such a light one. The parents were in tears. That tears gave me fantastic happiness.
When you're saying, when you look back on your entire career, that moment was more important.
That moment, the greatest moment for me. You know what I mean? The parents' tears, happiness, tears of happiness, that gave me the fantastic happiness to me. That's the highest level. That I'll call it Anand, the highest level.
Dr. Kalam, in any person's career in life, especially of a person whose experience is as vast as yours, there are monumental events and there are some questions that remain unanswered. Now, you can choose not to answer if you want, but I want to take the opportunity to ask you a few basic questions. It was said, and let me tell you what was said, you know what was printed, what was said when you became president is that Dr. Kalam is perhaps the best candidate that one could have for the job of Rashtrapati Bhavan, but he's an independent-minded man. And the one worries everybody has sometimes of keeping a president who's independent-minded is, will he listen to the government when he needs to? Was that something which ever crossed your mind, A? B, when you were president, did you ever feel stifled? Were there any moments of self-doubt in your 5 years in Rashtrapati Bhavan?
Well, many times I have to take decisions. And so when making a decisions, the best guidance is Constitution. Constitution gives the best guidance. So I believe in consultation. When any difficult situation I take a decision, I invite people, concerned people, they discuss, debate, sometime I give the decision what is right. Most of the time I give a decision what is right. So throughout I was in that 5 years period, I had a happy mind. That was I can assure you. Because of the surroundings, because the type of decision. Once your mind says what is right you are doing, you'll be happy.
Dr. Kalam, let's not look back, let's look forward. You've been an exceptional leader. Even before you became president, the one thing which has always been told about you is that you've been a brilliant team person and a fantastic leader. What really is leadership in your view, A? And if you can, later, and you don't want to be diplomatic, but do we have the kind of political leadership that we need to have to take this country?
First, I have worked with great leaders. I had a fortune to work with great leaders. First, I will define the great leaders. One or two, I will go into details also. From that, you can imagine. The following qualities should be there. If you're a great leader, he should have the following qualities. Number one, leader must have a clear vision. Vision for the nation, vision for science, vision for industry, vision for social upliftment, a vision. Next one, leader must know how to manage success or failure. Because always you have to face through the problem, national problem, there will be a success and failure. Now, I tell you an example how my guru, that is Professor Satish Dhawan, managed a success, managed a failure. 1979, in August, there was a launch. It was a failed launch. Certain thing, I was the project director, program chief, mission director. Then I was the control center. I took the decision to launch, and then it was a failure. It went to Bay of Bengal instead of putting the satellite in the orbit. The same morning, we had a press conference. My guru Satish Dhawan told me, I am going to handle, you come with me. He took me to the press conference. There he said, yes, it's the first launch we have done, it's a failure. And I am going to give full support to the scientists, technology, and staff, and ensure in 1 year time we will have a successful flight. There was a lot of criticism, media, 20 crores you put in the Bay of Bengal. Like that, there was a lot of criticism. He answered all the answers. You know what he has done there? Even though I am the project director and program chief and the mission director, he took the failure. He took the response for a failure. Next year in July, when he launched, SLV-3 was a successful, put the satellite in the orbit. It's a great happiness in the nation. Media were there. What happened? He asked me to lead the media. Here you are seeing the success he is giving to his team, whereas the failure, the leader absorbed. This great quality, not only in science and technology, it is true. All walks of life, including politics. Then comes the leader should have transparency. Whatever he does, he should be transparent. You saw how the whole thing, media knows what you have done, success and failure. Everything is known to transparency. Then the courage. Leader must have a courage to take decision. When a failure occurs, success occurs, courage to decision. Last one must be able to travel into an unexplored path. These are the leaders I have learned from with whom I have worked. The leaders I have derived these traits. Now the last point, very important, are political leaders. What the unique thing political leaders need? Political leaders should spend in the developmental politics. There is a political politics to get elected per assembly and parliament. The next one, development politics. One politician can say development politics, what does it mean? One political group say 20 years India will become a developed nation economically. Another, no, 12 years we will do. That's a development politics. But my view in parliament, I said, we have to spend, our political leaders spend more time in the development.
But it doesn't happen. Dr. Kalam, isn't it disappointing today that even up to this point, when people like you are talking about Vision 2020, Indian politics is still determined principally, whether we like it or not, on the lines of caste and religion?
Well,
where do you stand?
No, caste and religion, I have a feeling, as we are 220 million people are below poverty line, out of 22% of the people below poverty line. The difference, if you go on removing the difference in the economic level, earning capacity, employment potential, you go on removing the problems of employment potential and economic earning capacity, then what you do is the differences will reduce.
But it's not changing.
No, different. I am saying you are having 22% of the people below poverty line. We have to lift them up. So all these mechanisms will start using various types of people. What I believe is, as early we go as a developed nation, economically developed nation, definitely the differences and the disappointments will go on reducing.
Well, I remember something which you said, and I want you to explain that today. I think it was 2004, and if I'm wrong, correct me with the quote. I remember you saying something to the effect that this country is not going to be judged by temple, mosques or gurudwaras, but by the quality of education, development and use of natural resources. This was basically the gist of something you said it in 2004. What was the message you were sending out?
The message I'm saying is we have to build that India. When I was talking at that time, the context is I was talking India 2020. The 10 points I putting forth, the 10 points, how the nation will look like by the year before the year 2020, if it be a nation developed. At that point, I say we should concentrate. We should concentrate economic development, and that means the education, healthcare, and various economic activities should increase. So that is the most important thing. Always they decide who made the nation great by becoming a developed India. That's the bigger mission compared to any other thing.
No, truly. No, there is no doubt about that. But were you also sending out a message to those politicians?
That's the message. That is, you concentrate on a economic development. Economic development you concentrate.
No, but Dr. Kalam, now tell me, you can also turn around and say you're too young, why are you giving me this? But Dr. Kalam, you are a brand ambassador for a lot of things that India has done right. Why do you only tell politicians what they should be doing? Why don't you tell them what they should not be doing? Because maybe if you say it openly, they'll listen to you more. You have the moral authority in this country today.
I have a website, www.presidentofIndia.nic. Now the present my website www.abdulkalam.com. If you see, most of the time I am addressing all sections of society, political leaders, technologists, scientific leaders, myself I am addressing for myself, and also student community. I am addressing always integrated way I am addressing. So there's no shortage of I have given so far 12 addresses to the parliament in 5 years' time. You just see that addresses, you will know that what type of indications I have given, the type of reforms we need in societal reform. Just now you read that.
True.
So economic development should be the focus. Poverty removal should be the focus.
Dr. Kalam, just before I wrap up, I want to take you back a little bit, because you're also a self-made person. You've come from humble roots and you've come up, you're a symbol of great personal achievement for a lot of people. Do you look back on where you came from, and are you still in touch with your wider family? And it's often said that you've kept a personal life completely in the background. Do you get enough time for yourself between all your work, and do you get to rest?
Oh yes, rest. What is rest? Rest is you do your job happily. It gives rest. A mission you accomplish gives a rest. You talk to very, very, very unique personalities, and you exchange intellectually. It gives happiness. You talked the other day. I was talking to 60,000 people in Madhya Pradesh. The children asked me a lot of questions, 15, 20 questions. The way they asked the question, I can see the intensity, that how they want. You'll be surprised. 10 years back, when I was addressing the children, the youth, they will ask me when I can sing a song of India. When I can sing a song, you know what I mean? When I can sing a desperation. When I can
song
of India. They want to sing a song of India in 10 years back. Today they are asking me what I can do for the nation developed. What I can do. You see, the change is taking place. The youth, they want to contribute for the national development. Previously there was a desperation was there. When I can sing a song of India. Now they are saying what I can do for my country. Not only here, even wherever you go out abroad, wherever Indians are there, the same type of thinking going on, what I can do for India. Now it's time for our nation to converge all the potential strength of the youth, ignited mind of the youth, the most powerful resource on the earth, above the earth, under the earth.
90% of this country wanted you to have a second term as president, Dr. Kalam. They wanted you to be president again.
Well, this is a democracy. We are in democracy. We are having a constitution.
When you read those reports, just tell me, when you read those reports, you must have seen the newspapers.
Which paper?
Surveys being done, reports being done, interviews, people being asked. Everybody said, forget the politics. The people of this country, if they could elect another president, it would be president.
It is sort of over now. There's no point talking about it, because democracy does something. But you have guidance, constitution. So you are a democratic nation. You are a guidance constitution. You go by that.
But there was great adulation for you. It was love. It was people's love which showed up.
That's okay. I will return the love many ways. I meet them, talk to them. I will give them that fantastic dreams and purpose of life. So I will return.